isn't spending their time destroying the lives of people for trespassing, apparently they're now looking at teaming up with video game companies to isolate, quote, extreme gamers. Now, the FBI does not have time to, for example, address any of these people that were always known to them that end up doing terrible things. But that's right. The feds are coming for extreme gamers. The Department of Homeland Security and the FBI are in dialogue with Roblox, Discord, Reddit, and others. Gamers, of course, the most oppressed group of human beings on the planet, and it's not even close. Yet more. Just another example of more oppression gamers must go under. Coordinating with the FBI and Department of Homeland Security to root out so-called extreme gamers, extreme content, according to a new government report, noting that mechanisms have been established with social media companies to police extreme thought. The report recommends that the national security agencies establish new and similar processes with the vast gaming industry. You're going to want to keep a list of, any of these people, any of these companies, by the way, that are partnering with them. This is all we need now. We've already seen, in America, not in North Korea, in America, we've seen already the way they treat people for memes, for crying out loud. People going to prison for memes. The exact nature of the cooperation between federal agencies and video game companies, which has not yet previously been reported, is detailed in a new Government Accountability Office report. The report draws on interviews conducted with 5 gaming and social media companies, including Roblox, Discord, Reddit, as well as a game publisher and social media company that asked to remain anonymous. Why would that happen? Why would a gaming company want to remain anonymous about selling out their customers to the FBI? This is why, by the way, you see how Discord's on this list. Yes, I have a Discord, but I've always told people, I also have a Guilded. But guess what? Guess who owns Guilded? Roblox. So they're probably working with Guilded too. So all of these chat apps are compromised. And my immediate guess at what the gaming company is probably similar to what you're thinking. Steam. It's probably Steam. It looks like they're looking for like any place where gamers can have lots of conversations, whether it's Discord, Reddit, Guilded via Roblox, which is what I think that they're really for. Then the next big spot is Steam, because there's Steam communities and things of that nature. The Intercept reached out to companies identified in the GAO report for comment, but none of them responded on the record at time of publication. Are you shocked? I'm shocked. I'm shocked that Discord wouldn't want to be more open about working with the FBI. The Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Department of Homeland Security both have mechanisms to share and receive extreme threat-related information with social media and gaming companies, the GAO says. Now, this is no surprise. Okay, this is not surprising. To be honest with you, if there was some like unhinged ramblings of somebody in like my Discord server, and I genuinely believed that, they were going to do something bad or something like that, like, I'm not sure I have an issue with having a system where somebody can actually proactively report somebody. But that's not what this is. This is going to be, real-time monitoring. We all know that. That's how this is going to turn out. The report reveals that the DHS Intelligence Office meets with gaming companies and that the companies can use these meetings to, quote, share information with INA, DHS's intelligence office, about online activities promoting extreme viewpoints. Now, whatever that means, these people can't even stop unending swatters, for crying out loud. How many times do we have to hear that another lunatic was known to the FBI before they did something, but now they're worried about gamers? Through its 56 field offices and hundreds of resident agencies' subordinate field offices, the FBI receives tips from gaming companies of potential lawbreaking and extreme views for further investigation. By the way, the current sitting president of the United States calls being a Trump supporter an extremist point of view. He calls them mega extremists. That's the nomenclature. That's the wording that the sitting president uses for Trump supporters. Note that when they use the same terminology here. The GAO warns that the FBI and DHS lack an overarching strategy to bring its work with the gaming companies in line with the broader agency missions. Without a strategy or goals, the agencies may not be fully aware of how effective their communications are with companies, or how effective their information sharing mechanisms serve the agency's overall missions, the GAO says. The report ends with a recommendation that both agencies develop such a strategy, a recommendation that DHS concurred with, providing an estimated completion date of June 28th this year. All I can think of is this awful track record of the FBI when it comes to identifying extreme points of view. Hassan Piker, a popular Twitch streamer who often streams while playing video games under the handle Hamas Abi, says of the mechanisms, they're much better at finding vulnerable teenagers with mental disabilities to take advantage of. I mean, okay, based? Wait a minute, based? Am I agreeing with Hassan Piker? The GAO's investigation, which covers September 2022 to January 2024, was undertaken at the request of the House of Homeland Security Committee, which asked the government auditor to examine domestic extreme people with use of gaming platforms and social media. While there's no federal law that criminalizes this kind of opinions online, since 2019, the U.S. government has employed 5 domestic threat categories. They are all defined by the FBI and DHS as racially, ethnically motivated, anti-government, well, of course that, animal rights, and other things. I mean, this is wild. This is what they're going to spend their time on, by the way. This is what they're spending their time on. You know? This is what they're worried about. What gamers are up to. How many of these people that we have to clean up after is the FBI coming out and saying that they were known? And ultimately, these people can't possibly do their job. It's so insane to me. It's so insane. Extremism in gaming, how far does it go? Depending on who you ask, games can go from completely harmless to the devil's work. The foosball! That's the devil's work. A new report from U.S. Government Accountability Office shows that the FBI is looking into the idea of gaming extremism, working with some major companies in the industry. Yes, I'm sure it's Steam. I am sure it is. I'm sure it is. You know, it's so wild to me. It's so wild to me. This is what they're working on? This is what they're working on. Just policing American citizens, of course. Gotta police those gamers. According to the national strategy, the intelligence community assessed that extremists emboldened by events like J6 pose an elevated threat. So we must invade their privacy. We must know if they've made an offensive meme. We must know if they've created an offensive meme. Report them to the FBI. And in fact, we won't even wait for citizens to report them. We're just going to work with Reddit and Discord and Steam, and they're going to report you. That's how this is going to work. It's absolutely insane, a wild infringement on our rights. You can see this. Federal law enforcement and intelligence have long focused on gaming as an avenue for both radicalization as a backdoor platform for extremists to communicate. I mean, what? The assessment lists half a dozen US-owned gaming platforms that identifies as popular, including Blizzard's Battle.net, Fortnite, PlayStation, Xbox Live, Steam, and Roblox. We must stop the glorification of bad behavior in our society. What? This, of course, says, the ADL has testified to Congress multiple times about extremists using video games. In 2019, the senior vice president was asked by Representative Ted Deutsch if gaming platforms are monitored and if there's a way that AI can be employed. Great, now I've got AI reporting me to the FBI if I say the gamer word. This is insanity.